I'm making a cocktail for every NFL football team, and today I'm doing the Brown Derby for the LA Rams. The Brown Derby cocktail dates back to 1933 in Los Angeles in the Vendome Club, where it was originally created. Now, this cocktail was invented in the Club Vendome, right down the street from the Brown Derby restaurant. So they got their inspiration from the hat-shaped restaurant right down the street. Now, this cocktail dates back in the United States in 1933, but there was another cocktail that was published in a book in 1930 called the De Ringer, and it has the exact same specs or recipe. So, two different cocktails, both in the 1930s. One was in Great Britain, one was here in the United States. Did somebody steal the recipe from one another? We don't know. History is not really that well documented for cocktails because it's all drunk people making stories and recipes up, so it doesn't really hold up to time. So anyways, let's get to the Brown Derby cocktail. So this recipe calls for bourbon. I'm going to be using a American whiskey technically, but this is from California, so I thought it'd be fitting if I used a whiskey from California for this. So you're going to start off with 1.5 ounces of bourbon. Then you're going to do 1 ounce of grapefruit juice. You're going to do a 1/2 ounce of honey syrup. This one is a 4-to-1 ratio. And when you're making honey syrup, all you're really doing is just diluting the honey to where it's easily poured like that. So you're not really trying to dilute it too much. You're just trying to make it so where it's workable in the cocktail. So when you shake it, it actually gets absorbed in it. I'm going to do 2 dashes of my house bitters. And almost forgot. And then I'm going to use my secret recipe that I use to make things blue for this series. And again, this is going to be blue spirulina. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that correct, but it gets literally everywhere. But it's a blue algae and it doesn't stain, so it easily comes off. So anyways, we're going to do this. So then you're going to put this, you're going to double strain in a coupe. Actually, this is a Nick and Nora. When you make a cocktail in a Nick and Nora, you want to get it pretty much filled up as much as possible because it doesn't look that good when you have too much of a gap. Because this is the Rams, I thought it's fitting to have the horns. There you have it. The Brown Derby for the LA Rams. All right, so now time for the taste test.
This one's so blue.
It's very blue.
I'm scared.
The Rams have a very dark blue color.
It's really blue.
Just careful.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, you got to fill those up pretty close to the top.
Ooh. What's in that again?
Grapefruit, honey, bourbon.
Oh, the bourbon's good. What bourbon is that again? I just saw it.
It's really good. It's Redwood Empire Lost Monarch.
That's good.
It's a blended whiskey. It's actually pretty good.
It's good in the drink. I love the little horns. It's so blue. It's insane.
No, the blue spirulina doesn't really change the flavor of anything. Is it dripping a little bit?
No.
It doesn't really change the flavor of anything. It does act as a foaming agent. So if you shake it too much, it will add a lot of foam to it.
Yeah, even there's a little layer, but it looks good.
Yeah. Yeah, it looks good. And it's not gonna, you can put that in literally anything that's like a light color and it'll turn it pretty blue. It's a pretty aggressive blue. So, and you can use a little bit. I think it measures in a teaspoon or a quarter teaspoon, something like that. So, depending on how dark you want it,
It's
add
good.
a little bit. But
I like this one
really
a lot
good.
too.
And it dates back. This cocktail is almost 100 years old.
Oh wow.
It was.
Oh yeah, you said.
Yeah, it was first documented in 1930. At least this recipe, and then the Brown Derby itself, 1933. So, I thought it was pretty interesting. The history on it. I feel like a lot of cocktails have like not clear history on them, and everyone's always battling like, oh, I invented it and I invented it.
I feel like you always find
there's
it,
always a cocktail that people are fighting like,
I feel like
I invented it.
Yeah, you find the good stories though on everything. Like you research.
Yeah.
The fact that you find multiple sources for each one.
Yeah, I mean it's every cocktail has a story behind it, I'm sure. I mean, I haven't looked them all up, but every one I've done in the series has a pretty good except for maybe one or two didn't really have the history, but some of them was like the state fruit and stuff like that.
Yeah. This one's good. I like this one.
This is really good.
I think I like the bourbon a lot. The gin one's good, but the bourbon has like that deep flavor. Yeah, I like.
The bourbon cocktails are usually my favorite. I do love gin though.
I love the little horns. It's so cute.
And the bitters do show nicely through this. I was pleasantly surprised how much that added because we tried it with and without.
You're right. It's better than earlier because I was like, it tastes different than we taste test things, and it was way different. Yeah, I can taste them. The house ones, right?
Yeah, I use the house ones in that.
That was good.
I got some holiday ones dropping soon, so stay tuned for those. But yeah, that's it. That's all I got for you guys. Like, comment, subscribe. If you haven't seen your team yet, stay tuned. We're going to do it eventually.
They're coming.
They're coming.
Soon.
Or later.
Or later. Maybe soon.
Maybe
depending
soon.
who you are.
All right. Cheers. Thanks, you guys, for watching.